Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Excuse my tardiness, but we are still going to talk Ready to Love. Season 5, Episode 7, The X-Files. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, please subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed this particular video, and then hop into the comment section, y'all. Let's talk about Laverne and how he showed his ass at the end of this recap. At the end of this episode. So, episode starts off with Dakia. She's talking about what happened with her and Eric, how she does not want contact with him. She says, so they were posing for a picture, and I was some of the guys, they were posing for a picture. He came up behind her. She said that they were doing like an old school prom pose, but y'all know the prom poses. And apparently he was like, nah, we not gonna do that, and he got aggressive. Now, I don't know what he touched that caused her to have this type of reaction, but she said that she did not like how he touched her. He was aggressive. He was physical. She thinks he needs to work on himself, but she does want to stay in the process, but she no longer wants to date him. Now, I don't want to say the kid was overreacting, because if you feel that something was inappropriate, something was definitely inappropriate. But I kind of feel like she was very vague on what happened. So, like, did he grab your breast and be like, we gonna pose like this? Or, I guess, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. I know I'm going to have a very unpopular opinion about this, but I just kind of feel like the Kia might just be using it as an excuse to not date him. You know what I mean? And it's not to take away from her feeling that he was aggressive by any means. But I kind of don't feel like it's taking all of this, where he needs to work on himself and get himself together and all that other type of stuff. That seems like a bit extreme, right? Now, unless he made some comments with, I don't know. The situation to me, though, seems a little bit kind of blown out of proportion. But nonetheless, if the kid don't want to be messing around with Eric, the kid don't have to mess around with Eric. J-Dub, my homie, said that Eric was only on here anyways to promote his chef business and all that other type of stuff. So maybe. So Tommy tells the women that they are going to be introducing their next to their ex. I don't know why people always say, woo, woo. I don't know, y'all. Y'all know this is a part of the process. Y'all have seen the show. That's why y'all have signed up for this. This is not new. I hate when they act like it's such a trying thing. Pick the ex that you still get along with the most, and then do that. Like, it doesn't take all this random extra banter to kind of go along with it, right? So first up, we have Joy. Joy is going to bring Clifton and Laverne. Laverne came in really loud, telling the guy that you don't want to let the good one go away. You just see her in that green dress, like doing a lot. He's telling Sean, who is her ex, that to put it in his head that Laverne is the guy. This is the guy who you want. Clifton comes in with an attitude and said that he isn't happy to meet this. Like, what is going on? I don't care to meet her ex. Clifton feels that there is nothing that Sean, her ex, can tell him about how to move forward with Joy. Now, Clifton, I kind of felt the way about Clifton's energy. I love Clifton. I do. Clifton is the voice, the demeanor, the natural swagger he has. Yes, Clifton is it. But like this attitude is weird. So Clifton was like, how does this relationship work? Which y'all see Holidays like, it came across very insecure. Sean tells him off rip, you're giving jealous. Jealousy is not the way to get with her. Clifton said that exes are exes for a reason. And my thing is, Clifton, have you tiptoed and have you backslid with an ex? Is that why you were so like against it? People have exes, right? We're all at a certain age. People are going to have exes. There are some people that have exes that are still in their same friend circle. I have exes that I still see because We have similar friends. There are people that I've messed with, dated, slept with, men that we all run in the same kind of circles. So at various events, I'm going to see these men. You know what I mean? So if I'm with my new dude and this guy happens to be there, like, it doesn't have to be awkward. And I feel like Clifton was making it into a thing. Sean said he is just there to help Joy make an intelligent decision on who she should pick. He thinks Clifton is holding her to a standard of someone who hurt him in the past. And I said, okay, Sean, come in with the preaching, which is true. Which is really true. Clifton keeps talking about how back in the past, how exes can go. He said that a shoulder to lean on turns into a penis to lay on. I said, whoa. Whoa. Now, Laverne was cracking up at it. Joy was laughing at it. Sean was laughing at it. Clifton the whole time was not entertained, okay? Laverne is offering to pay off the man to pick him. So when they leave, Sean said that Laverne is more superficial, while Clifton is more her type, but he does come with some risk. The fact that Clifton is acknowledging that he's working on himself and he's in therapy and that type of stuff is great, is good. But Clifton does seem like, I don't know if it's insecure or jealous or if it's just hurt that he hasn't healed from, but the fact that you were like kind of that aggy about meeting her ex in a process where you're actively dating her with other men is weird. It was really weird to me. So then we have Eric. Eric is meeting up with Tommy, feels that he hurt the kid's feelings. He did not mean to hurt the kid's feelings. He didn't mean to be inappropriate with her at all. And because of that, he realizes he is not ready to love and he is going to leave the process. Eric was kind of weird in how he left. He said that Tommy brings light to him, and I was like, okay. So Eric has left the process. Then we have Carmen. Y'all know I do not like Carmen. Carmen has Paul and Donovan. Paul comes in first. Marcus, her ex, is telling them that she's always around celebrities, okay, and athletes, and you have to be okay with her, like, with the world that she's in. Now, I forgot what Carmen does. Is she like a physical therapist or something? Damn, what does Carmen do? Carmen does something where she's constantly with athletes, celebrities, people like that. And he's telling them, like, you got to be, you have to really be comfortable within yourself, secure within your relationship, and trust her. Paul said, I'm that's fine, because I'm around all of that anyways. And the man said, okay, what do you do? He said he's a software analyst. Paul, if you don't go somewhere, being a software analyst is a great job, but that does not mean that you are around athletes and celebrities all the time. So Donovan, on the other hand, was, exuding confidence, and Donovan just gives a lot of good answers. I like Donovan. I do like Donovan. Her ex said that Paul's personality is a little too soft for her, and that Donovan would be a better fit. Carmen always looks like she's on an upper or a downer. Maybe a downer of some sort. Like, I don't know if her lashes are heavy, but she always looked like she is fresh off of a session. I'll just say it like that. So then we have Ace. Ace has Laverne and Tori. Her ex is an artist. He was cute with his little braids and his little dress up in the updo. I said, okay. So Laverne says Laverne is interested to see her ex because he knows that he is not Ace's typical type. Laverne said he has never been jealous. He could never be jealous. He could be in the room with Barack and Jay-Z, Sean Carter himself. And he said that he would not feel the way because he can hold his own in the conversation and he is still going to be the dopest dude in the room. I said, Laverne, I know you fucking lying. You are not going to be the coolest man in the room. Not with our forever president, Mr. Barack Hussein Obama, standing there. Absolutely not. But, I mean, Laverne has a bit of confidence about him that would be sexy, that would be attractive if he wasn't such an asshole the very next sentence sometimes. So Tori said he does not feel the need to meet the ex. Said that when you throw the trash out, you don't go back to pick it up. Again, why are these men making such a big deal out of meeting the ex? Because here's the thing. They are exes, right? If they were going to get back together, they would. It's not going to take, you know what I mean? It's not going to take, they're not going to bring somebody that they might still have some like residual feelings for to meet you. You know what I mean? That's not, people are carefully and very strategically picking what exes they bring on this show. So, Laverne said he is ready to get naked and practice making a baby. Laverne be a lot. When asked about if he had kids, if he wanted more kids, all that type of stuff. So Laverne is really dominating the conversation when it comes to Ace. Tori is like kind of playing it cool, more reserved. I feel like Tori is one of those guys, and I do like Tori. Aside from Tori, like constantly talking about kidneys. I do like Tori. I think Tori, when he's all in with a woman, he is all in. I think Tori's biggest downfall is when Tori is with another man in this scenario where he kind of has to vie for attention. He kind of shuts down. And it's because Tori is not an alpha male, which is perfectly fine. But I feel like when you're going up against someone like Laverne, and you have someone like Ace who seems very extroverted and like an alpha female in her own right, it's kind of hard for him to jump into the conversation, and that was what we really saw. So her ex, Tori, well, are you an alpha? We see Laverne is an alpha, Ace is an alpha. So do you consider yourself an alpha? Tori's answer is that to him, a relationship is not about dominating your wife. So that basically means no, he is not an alpha. Doesn't mean he's a beta, but it means he's definitely not an alpha, which is fine. So when he leaves, Ace asks, who's the better fit? Her ex tells him, if you want to lead, Tori is your guy. If you want to be led, Laverne is your guy. So it gives her a lot to kind of think about. I think Tori and Ace would definitely be very cute together. They seem like they had really good chemistry when they were dancing and stuff. Was it like last episode before? I liked them together with, Laverne out of the picture now. I hope they like give it a shot because Sabrina's not going to work. So then we get to Sabrina. So Sabrina's going to have Demetrius, Donovan, and Tori. So she has Demetrius meet her ex separately. Now, I raised the eyebrow to that because to me, it's like you have more respect for Demetrius. That's how I get it. Like Sabrina's about to force this to work with Demetrius. It's what she wants to do. So let's have him meet my ex separately so he can get a more one-on-one. So my ex can give me all the good positive notes about him. And then I'll just have Donovan and Tori go together, because I don't want Demetrius to feel like I'm not, catering to him in some kind of way. I didn't like that at all. I did not like that. I peeped at Sabrina. I don't care for you because you seem to have a bit of an attitude about everything you do. Tori said that she has a lot of connections and he does not have the energy to have 3 different connections. I said, Tori, again, Tori has had an attitude since she got up and embarrassed him and kissed Demetrius at the Truth or Dare. So Tori came in kind of hot and heavy. Like he has a bit of an attitude. He's not really engaging with her the way that she thought. So Sabrina says she's taken aback by Tori's demeanor because it's kind of off-putting. Tori has taken some shots at her. He says something about how, sometimes she's nice, sometimes she's not. Like he made a couple like backhanded, undermined shots, which she did, like she clocked. Donovan comes in, he's just smiling and grinning, and you can tell that Sabrina does light up a little more when Donovan comes around. She used to kind of be that way with Tori, but I think the fact that Tori is not trying to chase her has turned Sabrina off. So Demetrius said that her ex, I can't think of her ex's name. Was it Sean? Malcolm? Whatever her ex's name was, her ex said that one thing that she's going to want to do is be included on major decisions. Demetrius said that that's not something he's used to. It's not a red flag, but it's not something he's used to. Demetrius strikes me as a man who wants to put that macho shit where I'm the man of the house. What I say goes. I'll make all the major decisions on us, about us that involve us for us. Sabrina wants to have her fair say in that, right? So Demetrius then says, "So what if I don't make a What if I like don't go with our discussion and I just make a decision my own? How would that work?" And both the ex and Sabrina was like, "Nah." So for that reason and that reason alone, they are not going to work. They are not going to work. So the ex asked Tori if the decision day, or today was the day to pick, would you pick her? Would you pick Sabrina? Tori said they on a match right now. He said they need to have mutual interest in each other and build a friendship. Tori's checked out on Sabrina. Sabrina sees this and it's just kind of like, I agree. Because she's salty now. Because Sabrina's going to find out that Demetrius is not going to work. And now she put all her eggs in a basket with him when you really should have kind of got to know him a little bit more before putting him as your first choice off of more than just his looks and this overall sex appeal demeanor that you were seeing from him. Donovan said he would pick her right away. The ex said that Tori does not fit her personality, but you can definitely see excuse me, but you can definitely see that she likes Donovan. Donovan would make her the most happy. He said that she would be cool with Demetrius. He maxes her strength, but in terms of all overall happiness, it would be Donovan. Christina takes out she has Paul and Demetrius. Paul is kind of wondering, like, wow, her ex is super, super young. So how did we get here to the fact, because Paul is pushing 50. Demetrius comes in. Paul is not really like that. But Demetrius said that he has done the work necessary to be ready to love. He's gone to therapy. He's worked on himself. I kind of feel like a lot of these people are using the fact that they have went to therapy as like an excuse as to, yeah, I'm good now because I've went to therapy. Is it working? Are you applying what you learned at therapy? Because, you can go to therapy and still relapse, right? I have never been to therapy personally, but I have friends and family members that have, and just because you go to therapy does not mean that you are magically cured, right? It does not mean that your mindset has magically changed. It's a work in progress. So the fact that Demetrius loves to say that, Clifton too, I went to therapy, so I'm ready. I went to therapy, so I'm ready. Like, that's not really how that works. So Paul said he wants somebody to shower with love. I said, okay, Paul. Her ex said that she has anger issues. She has thrown her phone. She has thrown his phone. She has cracked his phone. She has broken his phone. She has also got so mad at him that she didn't talk to him for 2 or 3 months. She has a history of ghosting people. Demetrius said that is a problem for him and a red flag. Her ex said that Paul is more outgoing. He better fits Christina. Demetrius is a little too conservative. He is. Demetrius honestly seems like a stick in the mud. He seems like a stick in the mud. He makes it seem like he's ready to just sit in the house and watch TV and Netflix and chill and maybe have a nice little glass of red wine. He just feels like he doesn't want to go out and do anything at all. No one is saying go to the club, but Demetrius doesn't strike me as the type of person that would want to do anything. Like, and that could just be military background, but he definitely has a temperament about him that would not work for me either. Finally, we have Dakia. She has Clifton come. And Clifton again, I don't want to meet nobody's ex. Boy, bye. Stop it. So he said he's open to marriage again because he's been married twice. Again, I have done the work. I have been to therapy. I am ready for marriage. But he said it's going to be a long process. He wants to really be sure about the next woman he marries. He said because the only way they're going to part is till death do us part. So Clifton was flirting with Dakia the entire time. His hand is on her on her thigh. Said that he was going to flirt with her because he wanted to see if she will flirt back to make sure she does not have any residual feelings for this ex. Clifton, who hurt you, boo? Who hurt you, sweetheart? Something happened. Something definitely happened that you are having such an adverse reaction to meeting these exes in a process. It's weird. So we have the ladies' lounge. Tommy tells them that Eric has left the process, and the kid was like, good for him. He needed to. Okay. He's gone, girl. You ain't even got to be mad. So they talk about how the dates were going. I did notice that Sabrina would not say who her ex liked the most. He said one of the D's were good. One of the D's. And I'm like, Sabrina. Laverne and Tori ended up being in everybody's bottom, right? Everybody was going around the room, Laverne. And it's not because Laverne is a bad guy. They're just getting platonic. They're just really getting platonic vibes from him. And he's getting offensive. Like, that's really just it. Joy said that Tori doesn't seem to be engaged in the process. Sabrina says she agrees. And they were like, well, you kind of played a big part in that. That's what Tommy tells her. Sabrina was like, well, I think he's moved on. He kissed Precious, and that was the turnoff. So are you mad that he kissed somebody else? Because you kissed somebody in front of him. Like, I don't understand, Sabrina. Like, you can tell that Sabrina likes Tori. She wants Tori, but she wants Tori to chase after her. And Tori's not going to do it because you played him in front of everybody. It's a process, but Tori was blindsided by that. You can tell, and that hurt his feelings. And he is not going to let that go. So we have Sabrina is going out on a date with Laverne. And we have Dakia going out with Tori. Dakia tells Tori that the women like how emotionally open he is. And because of that, they think that he is ready to love. So we get to Laverne. Laverne is coming in hot and heavy. He said he got wind of the ladies coming after him. He said Sabrina, Carmen, and Christina all made this plot to send him home. And I was like, they just put you in the bottom. Just like you have put women in the bottom every week. So they walk in. Sabrina stands up to hug him. He dabbed her up. Said that, no, we ain't gonna hug. She was like, okay. So he was like, I already know what time it is. Let me just say it so we can get on with this. I'm not ready to love. She said, you are acting real ugly. Like somebody's mom. You acting real ugly right now. She was like, why didn't you hug me? That's the type of relationship we have. He said, why would I hug somebody that doesn't like me? He was like, because I heard about y'all playing. She said, that is not how it went. She said, I can tell you how it went. He said he doesn't care. In her confessional, Sabrina said he has been a non-factor in her journey. The real thing is that he has a platonic relationship with those women, so that's why he's in the bottom with them. He said he doesn't believe her. And I'm like, Laverne, what is going on? So she feels disrespected because he's being an ass, and she walks away. She then comes back and said that they only put him in the bottom because it wasn't romantic. That's literally it. He said that's not what Precious told me. Laverne, Precious was not just in that last ladies lounge. But Precious, you being messy if that's what you're doing. So production is telling him to apologize to her. And he's like, I haven't done anything wrong. She weren't cussing me out. So they didn't tell him, like, aren't you a little upset you won't be able to continue with Ace? He said you win some and you lose some. Laverne really showed his ass. And a lot of it had to do with pride. You weren't making forth an effort to really connect and get to know these women. It was a very romantic, superficial vibe that you were getting. A lot of their exes said that too. So let me know how you guys felt about this episode. Do you think Laverne should have gone home? What y'all think about Sabrina? Why did Sabrina give Demetrius the respect to meet her ex separately and then put Donovan and Tori together? Or for her to meet his best friend next week and for him to say you need to be like the best woman for him is somebody that's submissive. You done played Tori, fucked over Tori, chasing, putting all your eggs in one basket, basically with Demetrius. Look how that got you. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.